Hi, my name is called Beer and let's start with The Last Spell. This is a tactical RPG with roguelite elements, in which you have to defend a city against a hordes of deadly enemies. During daytime you will have to prepare your heroes and carefully choose how to rebuild your haven and position your defenses. Over the night you will use all your skills, traps and weapons to exterminate all the monsters coming at your walls. It won't be easy.
It's not your sister.
Then in your spare time you will heal, level up and repeat until the magic seal is broken. The game has similarities to the Billions. The only difference here is the game is turn-based and not an RTS, so you can carefully plan your every move, although that doesn't mean that it is an easier game. By contrary, the game even feels unfairly difficult from the start. But as you play you get more and more cool stuff you can use against your enemies and you start feeling like a boss. That won't be for long, believe you me, difficulty spikes are quite common here, although they are all conquerable. The game seems to know what your limits are, and people who tried The Last Spell really liked it. On Steam it has around 90% of positive reviews. And now let me introduce you to a sponsor of this video. New amazing platform for Steam gamers.
POINTQUEST.
Yeah, and this is how it rolls. Here you can make your games work for you in a fun way. Earn Steam achievements and track your progress, but each unlocked game achievement isn't just a badge of honor, it is way more. Achievements give you points and those can be exchanged for goods on the store page, ranging from gift cards to games and even real items. Click on the link below and start POINTQUEST today with these easy steps. First step, authorize on the platform with your Steam account.
It's not a scam.
Second step, link any games you like from the games page. Third step, start your weekly quest. POINTQUEST will provide you with 8 random achievements from your selected games, and you will have to accomplish as many assignments as possible within the weekly period to earn points. POINTQUEST is using top-played games on Steam, but any game can be added via request of users on the Discord server. After a week the cycle continues with new achievements and new adventures. Collecting achievements is always fun, but POINTQUEST puts your gaming journey on another level. Join by clicking on the link below and start turning your achievements into real rewards. No tricks, only good vibes and prizes. Northgard. This is an RTS game based on Norse mythology in which you play as a clan of Vikings vying for the control of Mysterio's newfound continent. In this simple strategy game you will find lots of victory conditions, atmospheric music, changing seasons and, as you can see, pretty nice art design. Also, the game has a decent campaign with a pretty good story. Sadly, as I've mentioned many times before, Northgard's AI is cheating with infinite resources and manpower, meaning that developers couldn't create really good intelligence that could win against humans on its own. Well, I know that many strategy games do not have strong AIs, but they at least try. But you never know, maybe developers were AI geniuses, but they were afraid of accidentally making Skynet. You know, being accused of making a bad AI is one thing, but being responsible for a robot uprising that destroyed human civilization? Yeah, you know, better safe than sorry. Nevertheless, Northgard is a good RTS game for a few days, or maybe more. Maybe you will fall in love with it, you know, like tapeworm falls in love with your guts. Riftbreaker. Here you are, the Riftbreaker, an elite scientist commando inside a powerful mecha suit.
Ooh la la.
You have entered a one-way portal to a distant planet at the far reaches of the Milky Way. You have a purpose of building up a base that will allow travels back to Earth and continue colonization. So you are tasked to construct a two-way rift back to Earth, because living on a planet without cold, refreshing beer or potato salad is painful, and that shouldn't even be a legal thing. Although you encounter a bit of a bigger problem than the absence of beer, which is monsters, thousands of them. The game itself is a hybrid between StarCraft, Diablo and Satisfactory, a really great and entertaining game. Eastshade. Nothing shady about this game, in fact it's hard to find some darker corner here. You are a traveling painter exploring the island and capturing the world on your canvas. Talk to the inhabitants to learn about their lives, make friends and help those in need. Visit cities, scale summits, unearth mysteries and discover forgotten places. This is a peaceful open-world exploration adventure where you will compose paintings anywhere in the world. You will offer them to locals to unlock secrets and gain items. Also, you will have to acquire crafting materials and schematics to surmount obstacles and solve quests. People on Steam are saying that this is one of the most beautiful games they have ever played, and most only wish that it was like at least 5 times longer. Dead by Daylight. This is an asymmetric horror game where you can play as the killer or one of the 4 survivors, or as I like to call them, victims. Since you are not a victim, at least not in the gaming world, your projected goal should be to hunt down the other 4 players. That is if you are lucky enough to become a killer, a powerful hacker and slasher, or a paranormal entity of nightmares. Because honestly, there is only a small chance that you will end as an alpha and not some puny victim. Each level is procedurally generated and the spawn points are random as well. But be warned that the game's community can be quite toxic if you don't have any friends of your own. And if you do have friends, they are probably toxic as well. And if your friends are nice, are they even friends? And now subscribe for more useless existential content. Tacoma. This is a sci-fi narrative adventure set aboard a high-tech space station in the year of 2088. You will explore every detail of how the station's crew lived and worked. You will have to find the clues and unravel the gripping story of trust, fear and resolve in the face of disaster. At the heart of the space station is the facility's digital surveillance system. It has captured 3D recordings of pivotal moments of the crew's life on the station. To be honest, that is a bit creepy to intervene in someone's life like that. Some Big Brother experience, I'd say. So as you explore, the story starts to unfold. You'll use your ability to rewind, fast forward and move through the physical space of these complex scenes. Examine events from every angle, reconstructing the multi-layered narrative as you explore. People on Steam are saying that the game is really interesting and the story is amazing. A very positive review score confirms that with ease. Hitman Absolution. Betrayed by the agency and hunted by the police, you find yourself pursuing redemption in a corrupt and twisted world. Players around the globe are saying that this is one of the best, or maybe even the best Hitman game. It has a kinda predictable story, but it doesn't really matter. The gameplay and your approach to missions makes all the difference. Will you disguise yourself as a policeman, crazy convict, butcher, or a doctor of ding-dongs? You never know until you play. This game kinda teaches us that other people will always judge you by your clothes. And if you're not agreeing with me, come on, dress like a clown for your next job interview. Or, you know, like a priest and try to get a job in the kindergarten.
Challenge accepted.
Anyway, this is a great game, and I think that if you have never played anything from the Hitman franchise, this is a great game to start. Everything. Now, if you wondered if we live in a simulation, this game is a great example of how it can go if someone who created or simulated universe decided to play a bit with it. And I'm not talking about making your nose even larger for fun, no. Game has a much bigger scale, although not as big as your mama. Everything is an interactive experience where every object in the universe is a playable character, from animals to planets to galaxies and beyond. Travel between outer and inner space and explore a vast interconnected universe of things without enforced goals, scores or tasks to complete. This is a sandbox where you can sink a lot of your time, and it is more of an art than an actual game, but it works as a great stress reliever. Some say even better than potato salad. No, actually nobody said that, at least in this universe. The Legend of Tianding. Here you'll play as a vigilante of Taipei City wanted by the colonial Japanese authorities. You will rob the rich, feed the poor and fight for justice in the streets of Taipei as Taiwan's legendary outlaw. So basically a Robin Hood just without a hood, without a forest and with a different name. The game, according to developers, is based on real events, real people and real situations. I know little about Taiwan except the thing that we had opened something like Taiwan's embassy here in Lithuania and China got furious. Judging from the propaganda it spreads about hunger in Lithuania. It still is. Nobody here cared or cares about that though. We have way worse neighbors here to actually worry about. Anyway, The Legend of Tianding is an exploration of a place and time often overlooked and presented in the style of a traditional Chinese comics. People are saying that this is a very solid 2D side-scrolling beat-em-up with a unique presentation of Taiwanese folklore. Pillars of Eternity Definitive Edition. You can't find this one in the search bar. You have to click on a simple Pillars of Eternity release and then you will find a bundle here. This is a great deal. For this price you will get the main game and all the DLC, so you'll have a complete game in one package. Pillars of Eternity is a great title, and if you like classic Baldur's Gate or Icewind Dale games, you probably have heard about the game already. Pillars came to life after an unbelievably successful Kickstarter crowdfunding campaign, which raised more than $4 million. That is 4 times times more than you have face mites now crawling on your face. Yes, this is a wisdom you never wanted to possess. Now go and share it with your family members, don't be alone in this. So in Pillars of Eternity you become a hero and save people from a scary phenomenon known as Hollowborn. People are being born without a soul. Well, I guess that everyone is affected except people with specific hair color. You know, you can't lose what you don't have. Second part of the game is also discounted, but they are kinda similar in graphics and story quality, so if you never played the first part, don't skip it. Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice. A broken Celtic warrior embarks on a haunting vision quest into the Viking hell to fight for the soul of her dead lover. Well, at least she thinks it is happening that way. The game is created in collaboration with neuroscientists and people who experience psychosis. Hellblade's Senua's Sacrifice will pull you deep into a Senua's mind, and that mind is a crazy one, so the game is a pure mindfuck. You will never know what is real and what is not. The one fact you will know for sure is that this is a beautiful game. Graphics are almost photorealistic, so if you are a sucker for an eye candy, this game definitely delivers that. Pentiment. This game looks kinda dumb, but it's made by Obsidian Entertainment. Yeah, the same guys behind Pillars of Eternity, Fallout New Vegas, The Outer Worlds, and many others.
What are the others?
Oh, shut up! This is a narrative-driven historical game focusing on character development, with heavily stylized art and choice-driven storytelling in early 16th century Bavaria. You will play as Andreas Moller, a clever illustrator caught up in a series of murders in a secluded abbey over the course of 25 years. You will be responsible for conducting your own investigation to decide the fate of the community, but each decision will have lasting consequences and draws you closer to the center of underlying conspiracy. People on Steam are saying that the writing is top quality, art style is amazing, and animations are great. And yeah, the game has an overwhelmingly positive review score as well. Sea of Thieves. Are you ready to become most notorious pirate in the world, take hostages and pillage ships for incredible wealth? That is great. If so, you can also try this game and treat it like a pirate simulator for your upcoming life of crime. So here you will explore a vast world filled with unspoiled islands and underwater kingdoms. Take on adventures to hunt for lost loot, forge a reputation with the trading companies, and battle various foes, from phantoms and ocean crawlers to megalodons and the mighty kraken itself. And you know, after you kill the beast, keep in mind that krakens are very tasty with hot potatoes and lemon. Also here, obviously, you can try your hand at fishing, make maps to your own buried treasure, or choose from hundreds of other optional goals and side quests. And the game itself is not a short one. The estimated time to complete all 60 Sea of Thieves achievements is about 1000 hours. Make sure you have a lot of free time before buying. Also, this edition, besides a base copy of Sea of Thieves itself, includes all permanent content added since launch, plus 10,000 gold bonus and many other things. Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition. This is a slightly better version of classic Age of Empires 2, but in general it's the same old game, just in a slightly prettier package. If you played Age of Empires 2 a long time ago, you'll probably notice nothing new except the graphics. Well, who am I kidding, these are exactly the graphics you are falsely remembering. The game wasn't so pretty, believe you me. Visuals here are really nice. You can even zoom in a little. Actually, a lot of other stuff is updated as well, like farms receding automatically, more aggressive AI, slightly better pathfinding, and a bit of rebalanced technologies and units. Well, pathfinding is still terrible. I can promise you that you will be collecting lost units across the map all the time. Also, 4 new civilizations are included: Bulgarians, Cumans, Tatars, and finally Lithuanians, who were one of the most powerful nations in Europe in the Middle Ages. Also, keep in mind that if you make a game with 4 other AI opponents with a population of 200, you better borrow that supercomputer from NASA, because otherwise you will learn what astronomical lag means. Yeah, pun intended. Halo: The Master Chief Collection. This iconic release includes 6 games built for PC and collected in a single integrated experience. Whether you are a longtime fan or meeting Spartans for the first time, the Master Chief Collection is the place for you to start or to continue your Halo gaming experience. People on Steam are affirming that this is the best way to play Halo nowadays. If you want the best quality Halo experience, play this version over Halo Infinite. The latter is free, but as for now it has a bit too many problems. Although updates are constant and it may become a serious game after all in the future. Like, you can still become an outstanding penis doctor if you try your best. Well, probably not, but don't lose your hope. So the Master Chief Collection will give you the best experience possible. The games are action infused, but the franchise also has a large storyline and are among the best story-heavy FPS games ever released. Grounded. One of the smallest open-world games. You can only freely move around in your yard of several square meters. The trick is that the game follows the best traditions of famous movie.
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
And here you are literally shrunk to the size of an ant. So actually this world is vast, beautiful and dangerous place. You know, almost every predator is bigger than you. Probably a dog peeing on some flower can literally drown you, in a way that you wouldn't want to be carved on your tombstone. So here we'll explore, build and survive together in this first-person multiplayer survival adventure. So can you thrive alongside the hordes of giant insects fighting to survive the perils of the backyard? Well, alone probably not, but if you have some friends or a loving mother-in-law, you can play the game together and have lots of fun. The rating on Steam hovers around 90%, and that is always a sign of a good game. Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire. Here you'll go after a Northgard over land and sea, captain your ship on a dangerous voyage of discovery across the vast unexplored archipelago region of the Deadfire. Also, have you noticed how all the names in fantasy games and books have some doomy and gloomy meaning?
Region of Deadfire, lands of crying souls, mountain of doom, sea of sorrow, forest of banshee screams,
and so on. Well, in the real world, all those places would probably have way less terrifying names given to them by locals, such as
Region of Rocks, Land of Dirt, the Volcano, Sea of Water, and Forest of Pedophiles.
yeah, this is an exception. Way more terrifying than Forest of Banshee Screams, to be fair. Don't go there for any reason. Anyway, all the names are way less poetic in the real world. So in Pillars of Eternity 2 you will bend the world to your will, as you explore the depths of infinite possibilities, including detailed character customization and total freedom of exploration. People on Steam comments are saying that the second part has more interesting quests and activities than the first one. Well, it's for you to judge. We happy few. This is the tale of a plucky bunch of moderately terrible people trying to escape from a lifetime of cheerful denial. In this alternative 1960s England, conformity is key. You'll have to fight or blend in with the drug-addicted delusional inhabitants, most of whom don't take kindly to people who won't abide by their not-so-normal rules. In other words, you are in the world of psychos, and you have to stay alive somehow. Reminds me of good old school days back in my youth in a fresh post-Soviet Lithuania. So here you'll discover the city's dark history as you play through the intertwined narratives of three rebellious citizens, each with their own strengths and weaknesses. Although many people are displeased about the change of narrative, for most of us jumping from one character to another is too big of a change and is annoying, so keep that in mind. Aliens Fireteam Elite. Have you ever wanted to be a protagonist in the Alien movie? Well, I doubt that, I really do. And if yes, what is wrong with you? Anyway, here, after so many fear-infused hours in alien isolation, you can finally get some revenge on these terrifying creatures. You will kill hundreds of them, so it's nothing like the movies. Although it's really fun to play if you have a friend or two. You can play in single player as well, but I assure you that if you want full experience, you will have to find some friends. I know that may be mission impossible, but you can try anyway. You don't need real friends, all you need is some Discord channel with the same-minded people. So here you'll be exploring some friendly planet filled with friendly fauna and live in harmony all together. Except you don't. This game is a carnage where you will have to battle through hordes of different types of xenomorph, customize your character and gear, and level up as you try to contain this ever-growing threat. I especially like the diversity of enemies in this game. They really took their time to create some nasty monsters. The game itself is basically Left 4 Dead just with aliens. I think it's great, and 81% of Steam reviews are also positive. Age of Empires 4 Anniversary Edition. I'll say honestly that this part of Age of Empires doesn't feel like a new game. When I played it, I had a feeling that Age of Empires 4 is just a very modern remake of Age of Empires 2. Not a remaster, but a complete overhauling remake. So if you expect something actually new, you hardly will find anything. But the quality of the game is great, and this version of the game, compared to the original, has 2 new civilizations and 8 new maps. One of them is the mighty Malians of West Africa, one of the richest trading nations of all time. If you choose them, you will have to focus on strong economic power in mining and investing in gold, or assemble one of the longest lasting empires in history with the Ottoman civilization. Its well-trained military force features the largest gunpowder siege weapons available, the Great Bombards. People on Steam are saying that the game will burn your time quicker than drugs, but if you expect something out of the box, just avoid it and go play StarCraft 2 instead. It's free and it's awesome. And now, thank you for watching, and don't forget that in my channel you can find hundreds of videos like that with new ones released almost every day. Have a nice day and I'll see you next time. Bye.